What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to Hear These Thoughts. So we gotta talk about what happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. And of course, we're gonna have the discussion on whether the revealed masked man was underwhelming or not. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But what I want to talk about is just a couple of things that I really liked about tonight's episode, okay? First and foremost, having the ring general himself, Gunther, start off the show was a really smart move. Knowing that the WWE Universe are fresh off the heels of John Cena tapping at Saturday night's main event. So you know those fans are still brewing on the inside. And Gunther, as a generational heel, took full advantage of the emotions of the fans. Did you guys hear the boos tonight? They were booing him out of the arena. People were saying they hate him. All these different things. And Gunther did exactly what a good heel is supposed to do. He lavished in it. He loved it. He mocked the fans. He came out to the ring and just talked about tapping out John Cena and said John Cena tapped like a little bee. And not only did he do that, he pretended to walk out of the ring, turned back around, got onto the announcement table, grabbed the microphone and said that John Cena tapped out like a little bee once again, just to antagonize the fans. Now, don't get me wrong, I love John Cena, but I love when good heel work is being done, and that is exactly what Gunther was doing. And as he got into his car, he had a little thing with AJ Styles, and he stopped by AJ Styles in his car, looked at him and said, and drove off just to troll him. This right here is the resurrection of the Gunther that we should have had during his World Heavyweight title run. This is the situation where WWE is course correcting what Gunther is supposed to do, and I'm loving every second of it. I'm sorry, bro. I got it glazed. The other thing that I loved about tonight is Maxine Dupree's match with Ivy Now. You guys know I love Ivy Now. Maxine Dupree, she looks a lot better in the ring. She got a little bit more to go, but she did a fantastic job, and she look great. So if the story is going to lead to Natty, as Maxine Dupree gets better and better in the ring, that story, if done right, and that match is going to be fantastic. And the other thing that I really loved about this show was CM Punk's promo towards Braun Breaker, calling out his dad, calling his dad stupid, and calling his Braun Breaker's uncle stupid. Like, this is the second time that someone in WWE has taken shots at the Steiner family. And Braun Breaker did have a comeback and say, you keep talking about my family, you're never going to walk again. So making this feud between Braun Breaker and CM Punk personal, I love it. CM Punk is great at making things personal. Look at the feuds he was involved in between him and Drew McIntyre and numerous of people in the past, but I love what they're doing with that. So now, let's talk about how the show ended, okay? It ended with the masked man from Survivor Series War Games in San Diego finally being revealed. And the person that was revealed, you obviously see in the thumbnail, you probably already heard it on Twitter and social media. It is Austin Theory, coming out with a new Buzz haircut, more like a G.I. Jane haircut or whatever the case may be, but he's back as a heel. Now, the question that I'm asking you guys, as you saw in the thumbnail, was this reveal underwhelming? Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. Now, for me, I would say kinda, but not completely. And I think it's obvious why it kind of felt that way, because we all knew that this was going to be Austin Theory. It was completely clear that was going to be him. Everybody was saying this from the beginning. Even before there was a masked man, people had already, no pun intended, envisioned that Austin Theory would be an additional member to the group. So seeing it be him, it's no surprise at all. The fans in the crowd didn't really react to it that much, maybe because they already knew it was going to be him, like myself. But the positive side about it, and for my guy Leo, I know he was happy kicking it with Leo. Go check out his channel. Is they finally have Austin Theory doing something. It's great to see him back. I thought they would bring him back as a babyface, but he's back as a heel. He's a part of the division. And I don't mean as a babyface, as a part of the heel. I just meant if they brought him back as a singles competitor, that he would be a babyface. But adding him to the division makes a ton of sense. This is a lot of the younger guys in WWE involved in this faction. So this will be great for all parties involved in the vision. So I really like this for Austin Theory, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it. Again, we all knew that was going to happen, but to me, I'm still hanging on to the idea that there is a secondary person involved. There is somebody else, because Each time we saw the masked men, they had a different frame, they had a different look. It was another person. And I'm still going to hold on to the belief that there is another slot that needs to get filled in the vision, and that could possibly be Ricky Saints. Because the reason why I believe that is because he lost his title. He turned heel out of nowhere. So I'm thinking that since Ricky Saints lost his title, he could be on the way up, and turning heel out of nowhere. Come on, it gotta be him joining the Vision in the future, because they don't necessarily need him to be a heel in NXT, and it didn't necessarily need him to lose the title, unless they probably just wanted to see Oba versus Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. So I understand that part of it, and I think Oba Femi's going to lose it pretty soon, but I don't think he's going to give it back to Ricky Saints. So maybe they're going to send Ricky Saints up, and if they do, they're going to introduce him as the other masked man. And I think Ricky Saints in that hood is going to be the person to get involved in that Braun Breaker versus CM Punk match at the first episode of Monday Night Raw in 2026. That is just my theory. But if that does not happen, I am perfectly fine with the last member being Austin Theory, because he needs to shine. He needs something to do. We've gotten dragged through the entire breakup between A-Town Down Under for what it felt like a whole decade, and just watching them slowly break up and not break up, it was just like watching a toxic relationship. So I'm glad that he finally got an opportunity to kind of stand on his own away from Grayson Waller. But the only question that comes up now is that even though Austin Theory is with the Vision, we got to remember that Grayson Waller is still on the Raw brand. So are they going to completely ignore each other? Are they not going to cross paths? Is Austin Theory going to do something to make Grayson Waller maybe a babyface? But then that doesn't make sense, because he's a part of the New Day, which is a heel tag team. So it makes you wonder what they're going to do with that. I don't work for creative. Maybe they're going to come up with something interesting. Maybe they won't. There's a good chance that will happen. But overall, when it comes to tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, I think it was pretty decent. I thought it was pretty good. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Did you love tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw? Did you hate it? Did you love the reveal? Did you hate it? What do you think is next for the Vision in the future? I would love to hear what you have to say. Let me know your opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute. Peace.